Guys, so we have an urgent breaking news coming out. Do me a favor and share this video. Once again, thank you so much for your support. Putin hitman threatens to blow the sleeping giant to hell with radioactive tsunami as WW3 fears explode. Now you have Vladimir Solovyev, one of the main Kremlin, who has been whipping up war hysteria in the bear country, Russia, has warned the sleeping giant with a radioactive tsunami. All right, so we're going to see what's going on here, guys. Again, it's nation against nation is building up. All right, so we are definitely seeing a lot of very disturbing messages when it comes to war. And last night I did post the Doomsday radio station that has put out a code name message. Nobody know what it is though, but it came from Russia. So very important signs of Bible prophecy that's taking place. So we're going to see what's going on here, guys. Once again, this is coming out from one of Putin allies. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also the description box. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for the cup of coffee through Cash App. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I got a video coming up this week. There's going to be a massive solar flare that's going to hit our planet. Now, again, experts are sounding the alarm here. They are very concerned about it. And yesterday, there was the first ever solar storm emergency drill that took place here in the U.S. First time ever in history. So something big is heading towards Earth, and it's very important that people start preparing spiritually, physically, and mentally. A prominent, once again, Putin ally, has unleashed a scanning tirade against the U.S. on the Bear television, warning of a nuclear tsunami that will obliterate the country in response to potential U.S. sanctions aimed at crippling the bear economy. All right, so here's the deal. Donald has not slapped the bear with sanctions. All right, so they just announced that he's not going to sanction the bear. Is it because he's afraid? Well, I don't think so. And he put out this this message here. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Yeah, I can't find it. But the reason why he didn't slap sanctions... Oh, here we go. Here we go. I just found it. Now, Donald says U.S. will not impose new sanctions on the bear. And the reason why, it says here, because I think there's a chance of getting something done. And if you do that, you could also make it much worse. Okay, so Donald is saying, he's saying, look, we are close to working something out between Russia and Ukraine. What's the point of slapping them with sanctions? If I slap them with sanctions, then the ceasefire is going to be a lot tougher. And it does make a lot of sense. All right, you're trying to work things out, not making it worse. So it does make a lot of sense. All right, so give me a second here. So as the Ukraine conflict rages on, you have Putin has repeatedly employed nuclear saber rattling to deter Western nations from providing military aid to Ukraine. Now, recent weeks have seen an escalation of Kremlin warning to unleash a nuclear Armageddon upon the sleeping giant and their allies. All right, we're talking about the Westerns. Now, they do have something very powerful, extremely powerful. They have the The submarine. Russia has that submarine that they could make they could cause a massive tsunami wave of 1,040 feet, something like that, that could literally hit cities. And not only that, the water would be bitter. It would be like, it just not good. It would be poison. The latest target of Vladimir nuclear ear is the sleeping giant, as the US Senate considers a new sanctions package designed to strangle the bear economy. Kremlin mouthpiece, so, okay, Kremlin, Mr. Vladimir Solovyev leveled a scathing diatribe against America during one of his TV programs. Okay, so it just, once again, guys, this is the Western media. They need to be more professional. More professional. Again, because a lot of people want to read the real news. Not know, I don't want to hear this guy, whatever, this and that. So, all right, so it says here the U.S. imposes sanctions against the bear. Secondary sanctions. I believe slapping sanctions just makes it a lot worse. If you're trying to end this war and slapping sanctions, it's just going to make it worse. All right? It's not going to make them cry. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Nah, it ain't going to do that. The bear is going to be much more tougher. And Donald, he knows that. All right? So that's why Donald's not slapping sanctions. Even though Donald said that he was going to slap sanctions, now, again, the next day he has a different way of, I wouldn't say he's bipolar, but it just, he has all these people surrounding him. Hey, man, you need to slap sanctions immediately. And Donald's like, no, it's just going to make it worse. All right, so it says here, Solovyev continue. Just wondering, doesn't it say anywhere we order Poseidon not to raise counter radioactive tsunamis that would blow the entire continental sleeping giant to you know what? Leaving only no. Alright, so the name of this submarine is Poseidon. That's the name of the submarine. And this submarine is very, very, it's like it's the worst of the worst. All right, this thing could literally cause a massive tsunami. So again, let's say NY, Times Square, gone. What about what about Miami? Gone. All right, so again, those regions could literally be, water, again, water all over the place. And not only that, the water will be poison. It says here it's not spelled out anywhere on the Senate sanction list. No? Well, that's right. There should be no illusion, none at all. You want to destroy the bear? I will remind you once again. Why do we need a world if Russia is not in it? Solovyev's inflammatory remarks demonstrate that the Kremlin continue reliance on nuclear intimidation and underscores the increasingly volatile global landscape as tensions escalate between the bear and the West. In 2023, the bear rolled out the first batch of its nuclear-powered and nuclear-armed torpedoes, dubbed Poseidon, capable of traveling vast distances. Strategic experts are raising alarms that the Poseidon torpedo could obliterate a coastal metropolis, unleash radioactive inundation, and lead to millions out. Now, these underwater equipments designed for submarine launch are on track for full deployment by 2027. Just a year and a half away. What are your thoughts on that, guys? Leave comments down below. Solovyov seems to be targeting a sleeping giant Senate bill aimed at compelling the bear to engage in earnest peace talk. Senator Graham, an ally of former leader Donald, is rallying congressional support for a new sanction against the bear termed bone crushing by the senators should Vladimir procrastinate procrastinate on reaching a Ukrainian ceasefire. So that's a very disturbing bill there. Give me a second. The bone crushing? Give me a second here. I want to pull up that name really quick. Bone crushing in general terms refers to the fracture or breaking of a bone due to force of pressure. We already know that. But they use it as a metaphor. Give me a second here. Yeah, so it's a Senate bill. See that? Donna has a condel to push Putin towards a cease plan and Crane a bone-crushing sanctions bill. Once again, Donald is losing patience with the bear, says Finnish leader. All right, so you do have that bill. It still hasn't been passed yet, and that's the bill that Russia's keeping an eye on. And so far, Donald has not approved that bill, which is a sanction package on Russia. So included in the proposed sanctions is a staggering, 500% tariff on U.S. imports from any nation purchasing Russian oil, petroleum products, natural gas, or uranium. 500% tariffs on the bear. Yeah, again, that's the reason why they are talking about the submarine Poseidon that could cause a massive tsunami. And I think Donald is thinking twice on this one here. He is thinking twice on this one. 500% tariff? China got hit with 145% tariff, and they went cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. Yeah, I think Donald needs to be very careful on this one here. He needs to be very, very careful on this one. This is again 500% tariffs. Yeah, that's brutal. Give me a second here. All right, give me a second. I'm trying to see if I can find more information on this one. Yeah, again, like I said, that's a whole different ball game. Um, so Graham announced broad Senate support for new bone-crushing sanctions on the bear, with 72 colleagues backing a bill to impose tariffs up to 500% on nations buying Russian oil, gas, and key product. Bloomberg is the one that put out the information. Someone said this gives some hope, but let's see what Donald says when he wakes up. Now, this information came out a while ago, like May 1st, if I'm not mistaken. But, yeah, people are saying slap the bear with tariff. Again, if you want war to go on, that's the only way. We trying to end this biblical war. We don't want to continue this thing. But for some reason, it seems like people just want to continue it. I'm sorry, guys. I see a big, massive. I don't know what it is. It might be a tarantula hawk, and it's carrying, well, it's dragging a spider. All right, so again, if you guys know tarantula hawk, you know tarantula hawk. Yeah, I'm just okay. So give me a second here, guys. I just want to refresh the page really quick here and see. Okay, so I want to bring this one up. All right, so Donald leaves Russia and Ukraine to settle war in talks. So Donald, what he's doing here is that he's basically telling Lizzie Graham and all these senators, hold on the bill. Let me just try to fix this, all right? And you know what they're telling Donald? You say you can end it in 24 hours. You can't. It's been over 100 days. You still can't. You need to pass this bill. The bear is really, 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 taking advantage here. So what do you guys think? Leave comments down below. Should Donald slap the 500% tariff, or should he continue with the ceasefire? I mean, like Donald said, we should have never, stuck our nose in this in this war. And I've been saying that for the past 3 years. We should have never stuck our nose in their business. But again, what do you expect? It's the sleeping giant. We get involved in everything. We do. If there's war going on between aliens and the eye of Jupiter, we're going to send them HIMARS and nuclear and stuff like that. Because that's who we are. We get involved in everything. We stick our nose in everything. I'm just messing around with the alien stuff. Alright, so it says here, Donald made it clear he would pull the U.S. back from Crane and the Bear conflict, leaving Crane and the Bear to negotiate a cease plan directly. He also made no commitments to future U.S. sanctions if Putin rejects cease plan. Alright, so again, that's very important there. A source said European leaders were stunned by Donald's stance, adding that he seemed not ready to put greater pressure on Putin. European leaders fear that Donald could strike a deal with Putin that meets his, demands and sell out Crane's interest. It seems like some people want WW3. That's what people want. WW3. Okay, so this is where we are right now, guys. I'm gonna end it here. What are your thoughts? Leave comments down below. But this is a big breaking news that's coming out, and yeah, there's a lot of messes going on. 1,000 wave tsunami and sanctions bill. Again, it's just Donald is in a tough spot right now, and go figure why Donald keeps saying we should have never stuck our nose in this operation. He's in a tough spot right now. This is like almost checkmate for Donald. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please share the video. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on this platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.